Hey everyone, this is a random video that may not be helpful, but I had some time and I finally have time to record this one. Okay, so there used to be this guy named Jim who would comment on my Facebook page, making snarky responses to whatever I posted, and I offered him free Bitcoin a bunch of times, and he always said no, and I offered to get together with him because he's local here in the greater Jackson area, central Mississippi, and he always declined. He didn't want to get together. He did not want to learn about Bitcoin. He did not want to read anything I sent him. He did not want to watch anything I sent him. He did not want to listen to anything I sent him. All he wanted to do was post snarky comments on Facebook, and every time I would engage with him, he would decline, including when I offered him $100 of free Bitcoin. I'm like, look, $100, what can go wrong? Like, it's free, completely free. He just wouldn't engage. I mean, he was so incredibly closed-minded that he had zero desire to learn new things, but seemed to really enjoy just randomly posting on Facebook. Okay, so he would regularly make this accusation that the reason I was posting so much on Facebook was to try to get people to adopt Bitcoin. And if they adopted Bitcoin, then the price of my Bitcoin would go up. And that was the reason I was doing it. And of course, I posted a bunch of posts about why I do these videos and why I think Bitcoin's amazing and why I want the people who know me and love me or are connected to me to benefit from Bitcoin the way I have. I've posted a bunch about why I do these videos. But I wanted to point out just the fallacy of Jim's assertion, because if my goal was to get people to buy Bitcoin in large volumes, then what I am doing makes absolutely no sense. The reason it makes no sense is I have access through my vast network to a ton of extremely high net worth people. Tons of people that are not on my Facebook page and have no interest in watching my videos or any of my content, all of which have vastly more money to potentially buy Bitcoin than the average people watching my Facebook posts. So if my goal was to get Bitcoin purchased in large volumes as much as possible by the highest net worth people I know, Facebook would absolutely positively not be the place I would be. What I would do instead is I would stack rank every billionaire I've ever talked to, and there's a bunch of them, and every high net worth, decamillionaires, centimillionaires, decabillionaires. I know some decabillionaires as well, meaning people who have a net worth of above 10 billion rather than billionaires who have a net worth above 1 billion. And decamillionaires have a net worth of above 10 million. Centimillionaires have a net worth above 100 million. And I know a bunch of people in all those categories, except decabillionaires. I actually don't know that many decabillionaires, but the other categories, there's a lot of people I know that I've met over the years. So if my goal was to get Bitcoin purchased by as many people as possible, I would build a list, I would stack rank it, and I would reach out to all of those people asking if they own Bitcoin, if they're interested in Bitcoin, and if they want to learn more. And then I would talk exclusively to people who can buy Bitcoin, not by the thousands or tens of thousands, but by the millions or tens of millions. And I would, off the top of my head, I would estimate that all of my Bitcoin advocacy on Facebook has probably resulted in, let's call it, somewhere between $10 million and $20 million of Bitcoin being purchased by everybody who ever watches my Facebook posts. I'm just going to guess, ballpark, $10 million to $20 million of Bitcoin has ever been bought by people who watch my content on Facebook. But if, alternatively, I was exclusively focused on how much, which is not why I do what I do, then rather than doing what I do on Facebook, I would reach out to high net worth individuals and I would educate them about Bitcoin, and they would be able to purchase Bitcoin, by much, much, much larger increments. And my guess is rather than an incremental $10 million or $20 million of Bitcoin being purchased as a result of my efforts, it would probably be 10 times that, meaning probably, with all the advocacy I've done, somewhere in the $100 million to $200 million of additional Bitcoin would have been purchased as a result of my efforts, as opposed to the approach I've taken on Facebook, which has probably resulted in only maybe $10 million or $20 million of incremental Bitcoin being purchased. So why do I do that? Well, because the kind of people, the highest net worth people I know already are high net worth. They already have a ton of money in various forms, and they'll all eventually figure out Bitcoin on their own with or without me. because they're in the business of figuring out how to be a capital allocator, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out Bitcoin. Meanwhile, most of us normal people, the kind of people who are on Facebook and have time to watch these sort of videos, have this incredible opportunity to front run all of Wall Street, to front run all of the nation states, to front run everybody who has not yet adopted Bitcoin. Let me tell you what I mean by that. So front running is when you figure something out before the rest of everybody else, and you have this unique opportunity to buy it before the price goes way up because everybody else figures out what you already know. And that's what's happening in Bitcoin right now. Hopefully, all of the people that are watching my Facebook content are figuring out that they ought to go buy a ton of Bitcoin, as much as they can possibly afford, before nation states start buying Bitcoin, which has not happened yet, before major companies other than MicroStrategy are buying Bitcoin, which again has not happened yet, before going to happen. And all of those things are going to drive the price of Bitcoin through the roof. But they have not happened yet. So you have all of these people, and Facebook just happens to be the medium where I can reach the most people in the fastest way. That for people who are willing to do the work of reading my content and watching my content, it's this incredible opportunity to front run Wall Street, to front run nation states that have central banks. You can front run 99% of nation states, even the ones that don't have central banks. You can front run 98% of sovereign wealth funds. You can front run 97% of, average people on the planet. Like, it's just this incredible opportunity. And raises all boats. Your boat will be in the water being raised by the price of Bitcoin rather than sitting on the sidelines. So, to summarize all this, I do not do these Facebook videos so that a bunch of Bitcoin will get purchased. If that was my goal, I would start exclusively by reaching out one on one to the highest net worth people I know. That would be a way, way, way 10x to 100x more efficient way of getting Bitcoin bought and driving up the price. That's not what I'm doing. Because a bottom up approach results in Bitcoin being transformative for the lives of as many people as conceivably possible. And instead of a billionaire ending up with another extra $1 billion, someone who has a much smaller amount of money who doubles, triples, or quadruples their money, it is life transforming for them. And so I'm just trying to get this out and broad based as possible. And I thought you might be curious. And I've been meaning to want to do this video, and I've just never had time. And I thought, well, if I don't do it this afternoon, it's just